Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarius collective. Hope you're all doing awesome, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What's happening for Aquarius gang here in early January? We're getting close to your birthday season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius gang in early January, please. So we start off a brand new calendar year. What's the vibe here for my friends? Okay. All right. A little daydreamy, a little imaginative. Nothing wrong with that. I see this energy quite a bit in water sign readings. So I think that this could work out well for a lot of Aquarians. Could be something that is on your mind quite a bit, though, when this card is in the mix. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. Interesting piece of imagery, because if you look here, we have the two little clown ballerinas. One's down here taking a nap, the other one's right there on the tightrope. And I feel like this is layered. Now, these aren't two different individuals to me. I feel like this one is daydreaming about doing that. So for a lot of Aquarians, maybe there's something in your mind where you're a little more future focused, like, all right, this is how I'm going to proceed. This is what I'm going to do. It's not about a current situation. It's more about the final destination of it. So that could be good for analysis and planning. I think that's a nice thing. But this energy is also very daydreamy, fantasizing. So I would say there could be a risk of overthinking things, blurring the lines with situations. So I would say that's only the real issue here. Now, this could be great for creative things. So for artistic, musical, anything where you're really expressing yourself, writing, you name it. So I feel like there is a time and a place for this energy, and it can be harnessed for good. But I would say just watch out for the overthinking. Either that or there's a situation that's like on your mind more so than others, and it's like on repeat. And you're not the only sign that's had a similar message. There's other signs too. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Hopefully that's good energy for you. But let's see what's in tarot now. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aquarius gang. Let's see what's happening. And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a very stern, serious type of energy last week. The reading was titled It's Game Over. And to me, it felt like someone was about to get down to business. Now, for some of you, maybe there is something you are taking very seriously, very committed to. But when I saw It's Game Over, it was like, I'm not messing around. I'm not playing games no more. Very stern and strict in its ways. So I can't wait to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Aquarians. What is happening in early January for my friends? Thank you. Emperor. Still just about that business with this Emperor energy in the front. Now, I like the Emperor. I mean, I have Aries placement, so I feel like this is a good card, at least in my opinion. Some people would argue that. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what we got here for Aquarius. Thank you. 10 of Cups. I mean, that's nice. I mean, that's one of the best cards in the whole deck. I just want to see what shows up in the last bit, because when I see this Emperor, it's like, no, I'm driving this boat. I know how to get to the promised land. I don't know why I'm saying that. So let's get a couple more. Magician, yeah, a lot of control, or wanting of it when I see this Magician, because it has a lot of similarities to that Emperor. Okay, so let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance here, listen, Aquarius, these in their classical form are usually very positive. It's like we have 2 very distinct, powerful major arcana here that are very similar. We have the 10 of Cups, which is very emotional. So just know, similar to that first card we saw with the Oracle, that watery energy, You could be extra emotional about things or more emotional than you normally are. But it's interesting how it plays because I guess it depends on what you're going through. For some of you Aquarians out there, this is chef's kiss, beautiful, I got everything under control type of energy. For others, this might be quite frustrating. All right, because there's a little bit of energy of pushback here too. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out because, again, I mean, there's a lot of layers here. Position number one, we are starting with the Emperor. Now, like I said, zodiacally, it does connect to Aries. Could also be Taurus. I mean, I guess it depends on the reader. Some give it to both. I give it to Aries. Now, if that's not the case, if you don't have Aries placements yourself, the Emperor represents authority figures. The Emperor represents divine masculine figures. So people in positions of authority. So whether this is like father figures or grandfathers or even bosses, managers, supervisors, just someone that calls the shots, so to speak. So seeing this in position number one, it's like, I'm about my business. I got things under control. This is what I want to happen, and I'm going to make it happen. It's just very strict about its business, which can be very, very good depending on your situation. Now, the rough side of this card, and this does also link into creation and manifestation, it's very entrepreneurial, but the rough side of the Emperor is it can be a micromanager. It can be someone that's overbearing, too controlling, someone who's doing the most, or someone who's doing too much. So like it might be difficult to walk that line in this time between being assertive or doing too much when this card is here. I mean, there's other downsides to this card. I just don't want to explore it just yet because I do think it's a net positive. But when I see what's coming up here on the back end, I'm hoping it's not like heads butting. We're not going to go there yet. But position number two, we have the 10 of Cups, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. And you see it has that happy family. There's a rainbow in the sky, the 10 full cups. This is wins. This is blessings. This is complete emotional fulfillment. So in the positive sense, it's like, yeah, all right, cool. We're going in the right direction. This is awesome. I have a goal. I have a mission. I will see it through, and everyone's going to be happy when all is said and done. So I think this is really great. Now, the challenge with this card, because there is, even though this is very positive and win-based, the 10 of Cups, when it flips in reverse, when there's the upside down cups, it could be someone that is very volatile when it comes to their emotions, up and down, either that or feeling things deeply. So for some Aquarians out there, there could be certain things hitting your heartstrings a little deeper than they normally do. There could be a situation that has you a little more emotional than you normally are when this card is here. And then especially with these two energies trying to control it from the outside, there could be some suppression happening. Okay. And again, I'm trying to not get too intuitive just yet. But I feel like it depends on your situation. For some of you, this is awesome. But for some of you, this could be an issue. Now, on the back end, we do have the Magician. Love this. And this is the master of all elements. This is an authority figure in his own right. It's a card of manifesting and creating, so it's great. It's karmic. He has the infinity symbol, so it's tapped in to source energy. So in this time for a lot of Aquarians, it's great to start planting seeds for ideas, for goals, the long game when this card is here. Like you could really start bringing things forth. So it's like your manifestation powers are like heightened when this card shows up. And I think that's really great. But what's a big thing with this card? I alluded to it a couple times already. The Magician is also a card of control. It's a card of someone who says, all right, I'm going to manipulate the elements and I'm going to manipulate a situation until I get what I want. I want control over my life. I want control how the situation goes. So you could see what I'm saying on the extreme ends. It could be two energies that are a little bit at odds. Now, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. Having a sense of control about your life can be very good. So for some of you, you might be feeling very safe, secure. You know, this is going right and I have everything under control. Awesome. Sending you lots of love about that. But for another portion of you, this could be very concerning, especially if it's like other people around you. Another little side note about these cards and them representing control, they can sometimes show up when there's certain situations that are out of your hands. Right? So that could be the case for some of you too, where it's like, all right, well, not much I could really do about it now. Just have to see how it goes. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Emperor. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's see what the Emperor has to say. Let's see what the Emperor's doing. What is going on here? I mean, it's just about its business, it seems. What is the Emperor here for Aquarius? Thank you. Hermit. Someone's holding back. Okay, so we have the Hermit, another very, very powerful major arcana. So this is an energy that's waiting for the right time. Okay, so to me, it's kind of like an energy of like laying in wait. That's so peculiar. Because the Hermit, it's retracted, it's pulled back, it's not saying much. So when I see the Emperor with the Hermit there, it's like, okay, I'm good, but I'm just going to hold off for a minute. It's like I got it under control, but I'm not going to be overt about it. That's very peculiar. Now, this is Virgo energy, right? So whenever we see this card, if you're not linked to Virgo, the Hermit can be very wise. This can represent somebody that knows what they are doing. When we have the Emperor with the Hermit in the upright, it's like, okay, even though this person isn't loud about something, they know the direction they're going in. They're very wise about it. So for some of you, this could be a really great authority figure. Okay, for some of you, but at the same time, I'm getting this odd energy of like, I'm going to wait for the right time. I'm waiting for the perfect timing. Okay, and we're just going to keep moving. I feel like it's very simple, straightforward. It's like I'm waiting for things to line up before I make a move. Let's keep going over to the Ten of Cups. Let's see what's up with that. It's very particular. Very particular, because remember, Virgo energy is particular as well. So let's go in on the Ten of Cups. Either that, or for some of you, this could be like somebody withdrawing, like pulling back, saying, all right, yeah, I'm not even gonna, like, you don't want me involved, I won't be involved. It's like pulling their energy back. Let's go in on the Ten of Cups. I don't want to muddy the waters here, but there's other stuff coming through. Quick, Seven of Pentacles, beautiful, great. Now, this is really nice. If this is your goal, if this is what you're waiting on, if this is the energy that's coming towards you, this is extremely claimable, because now we have this karmic energy showing up once again, the Seven of Pentacles. And that's a card of reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So underneath the Ten of Cups, this is like massive winner victory, blessing type of energy, where it's like, all right, if this is the goal, it will come in time. So yeah, it could be something that pays off for you. But I would say energetically, even though we have all these vibes that are on the outside, all this noise, the goal is pure. What this energy is pushing for, what this energy is wanting, is true, and it's attainable. I don't know why I'm wording it this way. I mean, but that's how the message needs to come out to you. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, you see that person patiently waiting there. I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be somebody just waiting on the times to line up. So like we see here in the beginning, now we see it here in the center. It's like, I'm waiting for the perfect time. Sometimes in life, there is never a perfect time. I'm just going to break it to you like that. I'm sure a lot of you already know that. You know, I do believe in divine timing, but I also believe that sometimes you got to take a jump, right? So maybe for some of you, that's part of it. We're going to keep moving, but just to reiterate, I do feel like this is a massive win, victory, or blessing right in the center. But there's just something here. It's like, I'm biding my time. I'm waiting for the right time. When the time is right, we'll make it happen. Let's go in on the Magician. So again, for some of you, this could be awesome. Some of you, this could be amazing. For some of you, this could be frustrating as hell. Let's see what the Magician has to say. And then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So what is happening here? What is the Magician doing? Thank you. Four Pentacles. So notice all earth in the clarifiers, right? So it's not moving fast. All right, I would say watch out for grudgy individuals in this time. This is where it comes into the warning aspect, okay? Because like this energy, it seems a little hands-off. It's waiting. This energy is waiting. When I see the Magician with the Four Pentacles, I'll give you the good message, and then I'll also give you the challenge, which I already alluded to. For the good, for a lot of you, it's a great time to manifest material abundance, especially if there's something large you're wanting, like a big purchase or like a long-term goal. Now is a great time to push energy into that, into letting the universe know, like, hey, this is what I'm creating, this is what I want, this is what I will have. But when I see the Magician with the Four of Pentacles, it's somebody not letting go of something. So if you're wondering, like, hey, does so-and-so feel this way still? Yes. Is so-and-so still wound up about this? Most likely. Like, that's the vibe it's giving me right here. So it's like somebody whose feelings, they aren't changed. Now, that could be good, right? If you're wondering if someone still cares, yeah, they do. They still care. The feelings are still there. But if you're wondering if someone's like still pissed off, it's like just giving me that vibe. It's a very persistent type of energy. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick recap. I know the messages were definitely unique this week, so only take them how they hit for you. But if you kindly look in the box before the shadow, position number 1, we're starting here. A lot of authority figures showing up within this reading. We have the Emperor with the Hermit. So for some of you, yeah, maybe it is someone that took a step back. A big vibe I was picking up is somebody that feels like they have things under control, but they're waiting for the perfect time, or they're waiting for the right time to make a move. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here. Yeah, it's kind of like laying in wait, and it doesn't necessarily feel bad from, like, to me. There's certain wisdom about it too, where it's like, no, I've thought it through. This is the best route to go. Moving to the center, absolutely beautiful, lovely type of energy. So we do have a couple warnings on the outside, but when we get to the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, again, biding its time, waiting, but I feel like this is massive winner victory energy that's coming in potentially. So I feel like there's great energy here. Even if you're going through like a rough situation now or anything that's frustrating, it's like the goal is pure, the goal is good, it's realistic, and there is something here that's coming in for you, which is really, really nice to, I guess, to start the year off right. Now moving to the back end, we do have the Magician with the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. For those of you going through monetary things or work things, all this earthy energy is awesome. But with this back end alignment, I feel like now is a great time to manifest large things. So whether it's like large swings of abundance, large purchases, large goals, to me, that's what that says on the back. That's how I'm feeling it. But another thing, I'm getting someone still feeling the same way about something. So watch out for grudgy individuals. If you're asking if someone still cares, it's like, yeah, they do. Like the energy is like the same. So it's like how that person feels right now is the same as the last you heard about it. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's get a good shuffle here for my Aquarius friends. Let's see what's going on from them. And yes, I would like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we have in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, we do have the Knight of Cups, and I remember I was speaking about that earlier, about that 10 of Cups, and this card does give a similar message. Now, for a portion of you, whether it's an individual you care about, whether it is romance or love, this is a totally different vibe than what we were picking up here along the bottom part of the reading of the Knight of Cups. So whether it's a water sign person you're connected to, but to me, it does speak of the realm of feeling and emotion. Now, in my personal experience, when it comes to Aquariuses I have in my personal life, they're usually very good at having a nice even-keeled way about them. It's hard to tell if an Aquarius is upset sometimes from the outside looking in. It's hard to tell when they're really happy. I think Aquarius energy is nice and even-keeled. But when I see this Knight of Cups with the 10 of Cups, even though these are good energies, these are very positive energies, it just tells me that you might be a little more emotionally transparent than normal. Not saying that in a bad way, but people might be able to judge your feelings, like wearing your heart on your sleeve, literally, when this card is here. Either that or you're going to be up and down a little bit emotionally if you're not having love issues here. So there's an emotionally charged up energy in the undercurrent for whatever reason. So yeah, Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my good friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.